Thanks, Senator.
Thank you, Senator.
Okay, we've now completed round one. If there is interest in doing a round two, we do need to be out of here by about noon. So what I'm going to propose is that we try to keep our, in the second round, let's try to keep them shorter. In fact, why don't we let each of the Democrats who were, you're finished? Okay. Senator Heinrich, why don't we go to you next and try to, each of us doing it round two, let's try to keep it to a question or two so that we can make sure we're finished by noon, if that's all right. Thank you.
Secretary, in New Mexico, we've got a couple of projects, a geothermal project, and I appreciate your enthusiasm for advanced geothermal, also a grid reliability project. They've both been in the loan program office pipeline for a very long time, and over the course of the last 6 months, the back and forth communication has gone away. And so I would just ask you if you would commit to sort of making sure that your loan program office re-engages with those two projects.
Yes, yes, indeed, Senator.
Thank you. I want to ask you a little bit more about this review board process because you described it as a business review, as professional, not political, but your own attorneys briefed my staff yesterday and said that there were political appointees on those review boards. Is that the case or is that not the case?
Oh, it's absolutely the case.
So my understanding is that in previous administrations, these kinds of reviews have been done by career staff. If it's a business review, why do we have political appointees on these review boards?
Oh, it's a hybrid of the two. I'm pretty confident it was that way before. I don't think the careers would have shoveled out $25 billion in the last 2 days before inauguration. That's not
For example, in the loan program office, there were no politicals on the review board. The final sign-off comes from a political appointee, but prior to that, the actual review committee did not have politicals. So I'm wondering if we want to do this in a professional way, why are we putting politicals on these review boards? Why not save that for the final process and let the professionals do their job?
Senator, I'm highly confident the decision-making process now is vastly more professional and vastly less political than it was in the previous administration.
How am I supposed to evaluate that if there weren't politicals on these review boards before and now we have politicals in the review boards? So why should I believe that to be the case if there's, why not let the professionals in your department, and you have some of the best in the entire world, do their job and then you can make a political decision?
Because the political appointees that are in it are people I chose. They're business leaders, they're entrepreneurs, they're on the political team we came in, but their job is to evaluate the math, the financial statements, go back and forth with questions. They're playing a business role. And if you look at, and we should have a lunch. We should have a lunch and you should see how we do things today. And I can show you how things were done before. The change in professionalism and not political professional business evaluation is dramatic.
I'm going to wrap up my questions here, and I look forward to having lunch with you. I do want to point out I made a mistake earlier. I cited my cost of retail electricity incorrectly. It was not 12 cents a kilowatt hour. It was 10.8, and that is with 35% solar, 15% wind, 15% battery storage, and only 5% coal, 23% gas. So
are those capacity or produced energy numbers?
Those are capacity numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that my utility provided to me when I asked. So that's the retail price for like an individual at their home. So if they're able to do that at 10.8 cents a kilowatt hour, or even 11 or 12, well below the national average, something's not adding up here.
New Mexico's done a good job. Absolutely.